Yeah, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Slapping away granny and Pitney with impunity, like you are God Almighty. But that's not so. Oh no. I hope when your time comes, they show you no pity. Murder you just like you murder people on the street every day. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming.
Ring the alarm, another youth gone. Open up the scriptures, make we chant another psalm. Them dirty boy and a come. Them a worship fire. Killing all the baby we just born. Another song of tribulation. I come to sing too much bloodshed. Bloodshed on the rhythm. Them glorifying the gun king. I teach the youth them gunsling. See they're not a bother balling. We are one them.
Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming.
And their day did come. Yeah, man.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Sunday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so they can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning yeah, to the name Sunday, the day when some of you, the regular ones and ones them out there traverse the church. So happy Sunday to you all. But whilst doing so, my peeps, please remember On The Spot News Media, its loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right and now say no for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And to all of the regular ones and ones them out there, you don't know, say today are the official red rice and roaster day. Yeah, man. So to everyone out there in the kitchen I deal with the finger licking chicken, you don't know, happy Sunday to you all. And to everyone else out there who is just traversing about their regular business from Moran Point to the Grill Point. As always, my peeps, safe travel, pan the gravel, and continuously look out on the corner yai Kazwa, the old dirty corner boy them. Always out there, alerts, yeah man. So in the morning, my peeps, we're gonna kick it off with some rather good news. But I guess the regular ones are ones them never did listen to that vlog. They were me beg of a little request before them hand over the culprit to the police. Now the criminal element presently on your screen is said to be the father of the now deceased 13-year-old Santina Sergeant, whose burnt and partially decomposed body was found behind her home in Ballyston in northern Clarendon on Monday evening. The criminal element, her father, is now in the custody of the police. The Old Harbour Police in St. Catherine confirmed that the 46-year-old Lawrence Marcus Sargent was captured in the area Friday following a manhunt that began after the shocking discovery. Santina, who attended the Excelsior High School before moving to Christiana High in Manchester, was reported missing by her father on the 3rd of October. Her remains were found 3 days later among burnt debris behind the house they shared. Now, for those who may have forgotten, reports reaching on the Spot News media indicated that the police were called to the area after residents noticed a foul smell and flies near the premises. The body was found with burnt marks and in an advanced state of decomposition. Now I'm going to show you some video footages of the police capture of the criminal element. And to the residents, we hand them over to the police. Don't forget on the Spot News media, beg you one little favor. You couldn't put on 110 thump, 1/4 dozen kick, 115 good solid thump and 9 short ribs, and the 28 cutlass, the one we mark made in China, and just slap him till the made in China engraved in him back. Then and only then, you hand him over to the police. And I even went further to say, if you not hand him over with a one broken or a broke foot, we could have worked with that too. But nothing just so. Come on now, my peeps, man. You not lose it. But anyway, watch.
They not fi cover up in head. The head not fi cover up. Rape a boy, they fi kill him. I mean, they cover up in head. They not fi cover head. They not fi cover him up. We can't sleep. We can't sleep, officer. Left him. Left him make we kill him, officer. Rape a boy. We can't sleep. We want to see him. We make sure say him that. We can't sleep, officer. We can't sleep. Him. Me see him when they let him out when he come down. You say come out. We can't sleep. We can't sleep. He mash up with mine. Officer, let him out. Make we done him. We can't sleep. We can't sleep, Marcus. Make we can't sleep. We don't let him out, officer. Justice! Justice! Justice, officer, justice! Justice! Marcus, you're too wicked! Marcus, we can't sleep! Marcus, we can't sleep! Justice! We don't get a liquor fight. We don't feel good, officer. Officer, we don't feel good. Make sure I say dead. Murderer! Blood the fire shoulder. Justice! Murderer! We want justice! Justice! We can't.
So residents of the area where the police them find him, I want to ask you one question. I'm pretty sure that he was not at home when the police them find him. Who fired him did they? Who did hide him? That is the question. And why wasn't that person also arrested? But then again, who knows? Probably the person who he sought refuge from is the very person that assisted the police in capturing him. So anyway, let me leave that one there, right there so. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about in the morning here is in relation to the recent Commodore knockings and clappings that claim the life of 5 and injuring of 4. So 9 get caught up. Now the police them fling down 3 criminal elements yesterday in relation to that particular knockings and clappings. Yeah, man. 3. Now we're going to talk about them individually. Now we could talk about the first one. This criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Fabian Robinson, but them call him Maca Diamond or Creech Owl in our streets. Now, this criminal element has been a long-standing top knockers and clappers that has been wreaking havoc in the Linstead communities far and wide for quite some time. Now, this criminal element is also aligned to the Tesha Miller faction in the Linstead area, who is coming up against the criminal element Amos and also Reds, who is the quote-unquote Dans of Linstead and the extortion collectors. So this criminal element here collect extortion on behalf of Tesha Miller and Megs, who are both presently behind bars. Yeah, man. So I'm going to play a little small video clip with the criminal element, who basically said that him is not a normal human being.
I mean, you're joke. You can't joke with me. Me not no sense. Me mad. You get me? So me not a regular human being. Yeah. No, real thing. You feel like.
Accept human right line now with territory. Eh? Look, they are killing man enough. Run out the woman out our house and not kill innocent youth. Fabian, look that. I kill Fabian enough. I don't say I shoot out now enough. Only have to use move with the human right team people. You can't come on the doorstep of mine. Look what you vote for. Look what you vote for, people. My community, look here. And I got my money, I go kill him on to Bumbo. Myself, you don't make this. I 24th of this month on protest of one. I'm not saying you don't on a Bumbo club, baby. Man, I kill him on that. Yeah? Man, I kill Fabian to Bumbo club. Innocent youth, they go Bumbo club kill this morning. I run out of my mother out of yard. Eh? Run mother out of yard. Eh?
So according to police reports, they went to the community in search of the criminal element right along the corner of East Avenue in Linstead, St. Catherine. Them call a section a Linstead there, over East. It is stated that upon the approach of the police to the cordoned premises, they were greeted with gunshots. So of course, being the well-trained officers that they are, who train over the agriculture school in a Portland, where them learn how to plant corn in a dirty boy stomach, they retaliated to defend themselves and also to make sure that they are the ones going back home to their families. The police stated that the fire was returned in the direction of the criminal element and he was hit multiple times all over the body, spread him out like a sheet, no longer among the land of the living. The police stated that Creech Owl had a firearm, fell in close proximity to his lifeless body. The firearm was retrieved and now Indicom is investigating that particular matter. Yeah, man. Now let me say this to all the persons who were present and a ball out, especially the boy that were a ball out about an innocent youth running mad out of the yard and knock it and clap it pan him. Fabian deserve every single can we him get in him body. Don't forget the little girl The little 4-year-old girl will end up lose her 3 pints last Sunday over Commodore. We don't forget that. Fabian was very much a part of that entourage of criminal elements that went to that premises and took the life of not just 1, but 5 innocent persons simply because they are related to somehow to Glendon Amos, who is presently behind bars, their criminal rivals. Now this criminal element is known for certain things. And just the other night, him Krasmite mama and him Krasmite sister went on their live and talk a bag of things in total defense of this known criminal element. And these are the things that I'm speaking about. Family members continue to defend these criminal elements, continue to hide these criminal elements, not knowing that they're putting a target on their very own lives from the criminal elements' rivals. So instead, I'm pretty sure this is far, far from over, because Glendon Amos and Reds, Amos, who is presently behind bars, is probably now actively plotting a revenge for his family members who get murdered. So residents living in and around the Commodore district and surrounding communities, please be very cognizant and be very aware of your immediate surroundings and put in the necessary measures to protect yourselves. Yeah, man. Now the next police fatal knockings and clappings is of this criminal element here. The criminal element dubbed the heir to Termites faction of the KlansMan gang. Yeah, man. Now, on the spot news media get to understand that this top-ranking member of the Spanish Town base KlansMan gang was taken out by the police during what the police says it's an armed confrontation. Now, sources have identified this criminal element as Bryan King, but them call him Bryco in high streets. Now, why the name Bryco? The name Bryco is in relation to the firearm that he's always seen with. Now, Bryan King was reportedly the leader of the Kitson base faction of the gang. His influence also reportedly extends to sections of top banks in the era of Spanish Town. Now, Bryan King, aka Bryco's loss of life, represents a major knock to the criminal organizations operating in and around Spanish Town, particularly those aligned to the KlansMan gang. Now, law enforcement sources described him as a key figure in organized criminal activities, including contract knockings and clappings, extortion definitely, and armed robberies. Now, it is understood that Bryan King rose to prominence within the criminal underworld after the loss of life of Sheldon Walters, aka Termite, in 2024. He reportedly assumed leadership of the top banks faction of the KlansMan gang. Now, it is stated that Bryan King has been a regular feature on the Jamaica Constabulary Force Wanted Wednesdays, and also on the Spot News Media and several like-minded vloggers channel. He first appeared on the feature in 2023. He was listed as a person of interest by detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division in connection with a case of knockings and clappings with intent against the police. Bryan King is also linked to several fatal knockings and clappings and violent crimes in the divisions. Among the incidents is a knockings and clappings, a fatal knockings and clappings of Rashawn Dallas, said to be of a Nesbury Grove address in Kitson Town on October 31st, 2024. Additionally, Bryan King has been linked to the fatal knockings and clappings of Kevin Smith, also of a Nesbury Grove address in Kitson Town. That one took place on the 4th of July 2024. And also the murder of Theo Powell on October 31st, 2023. So this brother here definitely have a long rap sheet. Police sources stated that Bryan King maintained a network of criminal elements who carried out attacks and extortion operations on his behalf, mainly targeting business operators and rival gangs in the area. Now, Bryan King is most definitely no more. So information received that the police entered the targeted premises and criminal elements along with Bryan King was seen. Upon eye-to-eye contact with the criminal elements and the police, knockings and clappings, a all-out running gun battle start between them. The police them knock it, the criminal them knock it back. But of course at the end of the day, after the smoke was clear and the battle had been won by JCF operatives, Bryan King lost the fight against the police. So kudos to the police again to be victors in this one. Yeah, man. Now the last fatal knockings and clappings by the St. Catherine North Police operational and support teams took place along Bonanza Drive in the community of Lariston in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Now the police seized 2 weapons at this particular premises, and just so you know, a firearm was also seized from the now deceased Bryan King aka Bryco. Now at the Bonanza fatal knockings and clappings, literally a bonanza for true, but the police seized 2 illegal weapons, but not only illegal weapons. They also seized a machine that is used in manufacturing and also the repair of firearms. That machine was found at the targeted premises along Bonanza Drive in Lariston. Now reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that the police reached that premises sometime around 12 midday acting on intelligence. It is stated that Johnson, that's the criminal element, the now deceased criminal element, identified as Andrew Trevor Lee Johnson, but them call him Bob in our streets. He was confronted at his home along Bonanza Drive. Now according to the police, Bob opened gunfire at the lawman who returned fire. He was later pronounced, you know what, at the hospital. Not 1 but 2 illegal firearms and 13 rounds of ammunition was reportedly seized from that particular premises. Now we're going to hear from the head of the St. Catherine North Police Division, that's Senior Superintendent of Police Upton Nicholson, as he weighs in on the other findings in relation to the Bonanza Drive fatal knockings and clappings. Now listen.
In general, a number of operations were conducted in the St. Catherine North Police Division. Today is Saturday, October 11, 2025. It resulted in police criminal confrontation, and all of those incidents are being investigated by the JCF appropriate body as well as in the county. As we speak, 2 of the scenes are still being processed. But of significance, from the operations today, 4 illegal firearms were seized. And at one of the premises where they had that confrontation, we discovered some other equipment and some paraphernalia that are used by the criminal underworld. What you see here is a 3D printer, a very unique 3D printer, and it can be used, and based on all investigations so far, it was being used to print firearm paraphernalia. These are the filament that were being used. This is one of the things that were used. It is used to place on this mount. This is a thermal mount. It also has night vision capabilities. This is also another thermal mount, and this is one of the items that was printed from this printer to put on it. It is also capable of printing suppressors. Most people know it as silencers that can be placed on firearms, and they are capable. It also can be used to print ghost guns, plastic firearms that can be used that are operable as well. Maybe not as durable, but they are also operable. We looked at one of the laptops that was seized at the premises. This premises is where 2 firearms were recovered. And on this laptop, we saw schematics and software that are used to connect to the 3D printer that can be used to print firearm paraphernalia. And we see where the person who had this laptop has the necessary skills and expertise to use the software that are on it to develop and to print things that can be used using all the things that you see here. The JCF has the capabilities to identify these equipment and the misuse of them or the illegal use of them, and we will be conducting our operations with the necessary expertise to identify them and to ensure that persons do not use this to conduct illegal activities. Well, as knowledge increases, things can be used for good or for bad. Some of the items here, we have to check because in a normal printer you will find a 3D printer. However, it is not supposed to be used because the Firearms Act, or the new Firearms Act, any part of a firearm you can be arrested and you can be charged for it. And we are saying to members of the general public, do not use such equipment to do these things. You will be caught and you will be prosecuted because we know what we're looking for and we have the necessary expertise to identify the software and the schematics that you use on your various computers to create these kind of things.
Now it seems as if the police superintendent was at church when the knockings and clappings go on. The superintendent have to come out of church or he was at a wedding or a funeral or something, but superintendent dressed no pussfoot to give this press briefing on the magnificent findings by the police. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is that a 26-year-old higgler from Kingston has been charged in connection with the fatal knockings and clappings of not one but 2 men in the Golden Heights area of Denham Town, downtown Kingston, 2 years ago. Now the accused criminal elements has since been identified as Danique Douglas, said to be of a Upper Oxford Street address in Denham Town. Now the criminal element faces 2 counts of fatal knockings and clappings, conspiracy to the fatal knockings and clappings, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony and being a part of a criminal organization. Now the charges stem from the April 25, 2023 fatal knockings and clappings of 66-year-old woodworker Lawson Henry, otherwise known as Rosie. Now he's said to be of a Tarrington Park address and also a 52-year-old landscaper, Alva Downey, otherwise known as Tracy, said to be of a Golden Heights address in Denham Town. Now according to the police reports, the criminal element Douglas and his accomplices, armed with firearms, entered the Golden Heights community and opened gunfire on Downey, hitting him all over the upper body. And whilst escaping, the criminal elements allegedly encountered Henry in another section of the community and canned him up as well. Both men were rushed to the hospital where they were both pronounced you know what. After months of investigations, Douglas was arrested and later charged following an interview in the presence of his attorney. One should have did spread him out like a sheet also, but anyway, make we continue. Now, a criminal element is presently behind bars after cops seized a real gun and ammunition and also some imitation firearms in a raid. Now, presently on your screen is the firearm, the real one on top and the imitation ones below. Now tell me, what's the difference? Because we see where there's a big debate about imitation firearms and the penalties attributed to it. Now, a team from the St. Andrews South Police Division conducted a targeted raid at a premises sometime around 5:45 a.m. Now, that pre-dawn operation took place along Colbeck Avenue in the St. Andrews South Police Division. During the search, the lawmen reportedly found one 9mm pistol, a 9mm magazine, and 14 live 9mm rounds of ammunition and 4 imitation firearms. The police stated that the man was found at the location. He was taken into their custody in connection with the seizure and is expected to be charged sometime later. Well, decent spot of work by the squad of them right there so. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, another sad day for Jamaicans, yard and abroad, and for the country by extension, and the parish of St. Elizabeth. Now, a 17-year-old boy lost his life. This little youth are presently on your screen, after he was allegedly knifed up by his 14-year-old brother during a fight Friday night over clothes. It took place in Comapen in St. Elizabeth. The now deceased, presently on your screen, has since been identified as Raheem Thompson. The police stated that the incident occurred sometime around 9:50 p.m. at their home when an argument between the brothers turned physical and a knife was brought into play and used. It is stated that the now deceased, Raheem Thompson, was rushed to the Black River Hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. The younger brother, who initially fled the scene, is now in the custody of the police. Now, when I see what we are talking about, my people, the violent nature of our society. It is being handed down. Well, it has been handed down to our younger ones, because believe you me, children live what they learn. And as a simple little argument starts, a person is ready to go full force, full 100, even if it's a relative. Boy, me I tell you, my peeps, the thing rough. But anyway, remember, if you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.